In the heart of New York City, where skyscrapers touch the clouds and the streets are alive with the hum of ambition, a wealthy businessman named Alexander Cole was about to make a discovery that would change his life forever. Little did he know, a chance encounter with a beggar and her 2 children would unravel a secret buried deep in his past, a secret that would leave everyone shocked. It was a crisp autumn evening in New York City. The golden hues of the setting sun reflected off the towering skyscrapers, and the streets bustled with life. Businessmen in tailored suits hurried past, street vendors called out their last deals, and the city hummed with energy. Among them was Alexander Cole, a self-made millionaire. At 35, he was the CEO of a thriving real estate empire. He had worked tirelessly, clawing his way from homelessness to success. But despite his wealth, something always felt missing, a void he never truly acknowledged. As he stepped out of his black limousine near an upscale restaurant, his eyes fell upon a woman sitting on the cold pavement. She clutched a cardboard sign that read, "Please help. 2 children. No home. No food." She was thin, her clothes tattered, and exhaustion clouded her sunken eyes. 2 small children huddled beside her, their tiny faces smudged with dirt. Alexander froze. Something about her seemed familiar. Then, it hit him. Emily, his first love. The girl he once dreamed of marrying. The girl who disappeared 15 years ago without a trace. Emily? His voice wavered. The woman stiffened but didn't look up. The children, no older than 6 and 4, clung to her as if sensing her distress. "Emily," he said again, more certain this time. Slowly, she lifted her face. Their eyes met. A storm of emotions flickered across Emily's face. Shock, shame, and heartbreak. Tears welled in her eyes as she quickly turned away. "Please, sir, I don't want any trouble," she whispered. But Alexander was already kneeling before her. "What happened to you?" His voice was thick with concern and pain. She swallowed hard. "It doesn't matter." How could it not matter? He clenched his fists. "Emily, talk to me." Emily remained silent, gripping her children's hands as if afraid he would take them away. Alexander's heart ached. "I can help you," he said gently. "You don't have to do this alone." Emily shook her head. "You don't understand." "Then help me understand." She exhaled shakily. "I left town chasing a dream," she murmured. "I thought I had found someone who loved me, someone who promised me the world." Alexander's jaw tightened. "What happened?" Emily glanced at her children, her lips trembling. "He abandoned us, took everything, left me with nothing." A cold rage settled in Alexander's chest. "Where is he now?" "I don't know," she admitted, "and I don't care." For a long moment, Alexander simply stared at her. Then, he stood. "Come with me." Emily stiffened. "I can't." "Yes, you can." His tone left no room for argument. "I'm not letting you and your kids sleep on the streets." The children looked up at their mother with wide, hopeful eyes. Emily's resolve crumbled. "Okay," she whispered. Alexander brought Emily and her children to his penthouse. For the first time in years, they had warm food, clean clothes, and a soft bed to sleep in. Days turned into weeks. Emily found herself adjusting to a life she never thought she'd have again. Alexander helped her get therapy, a stable job, and a safe home. He even ensured her children enrolled in school. But just when Emily began to believe in happiness again, the past came knocking. One evening, as Alexander and Emily sat by the fireplace, the doorbell rang. A chill ran down her spine. Alexander opened the door. A man stood there, a familiar smirk twisting his lips. Emily's heart pounded. It was him, her ex, the man who abandoned her. "Emily," he sneered, "long time no see." Alexander stepped between them. "What do you want?" The man's eyes flicked to Emily. "I heard you landed on your feet. Figured it was time I got what's mine." Emily's hands shook. "I have nothing for you." "Oh, but you do." His gaze darkened. "And if you don't cooperate, I might have to take legal action for custody of our kids." Alexander's blood boiled. "You walked out on them." The man smirked. "Doesn't matter. I have rights." Emily's heart shattered. She had fought so hard to rebuild her life. Would he really take it all away again? Alexander pulled out his phone. "You have a record, don't you?" he said coldly. "Fraud, assault, abandonment. I'm sure the courts would love to hear about that." Panic flashed in the man's eyes. "You have two choices," Alexander continued. "Walk away and never bother Emily again, or spend the next decade in prison." The man glared but knew he had lost. Without another word, he turned and disappeared into the night. Emily collapsed into Alexander's arms, sobbing. "It's over," she whispered. He held her close. "Yes, it is." Months passed. Emily flourished in her new job, her children thrived in school, and the past no longer haunted her. One evening, as they watched the city lights from Alexander's balcony, Emily turned to him. "Why did you help me?" He smiled softly. "Because I never stopped caring." Tears welled in her eyes. "Do you think, could we be a family again?" Alexander cupped her face. "We always were." And as they embraced, the world finally felt whole again. If this story inspired you or gave you chills, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your friends and family, and if you want more powerful and emotional stories like this one, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. We'd also love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below about this story, and if you enjoyed this story, give it a big thumbs up. Your support helps us continue sharing stories that touch hearts and inspire change. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next story.